Conor McGregor is an MMA icon. The man has done it all, or so we thought. Somehow he managed to make the headlines again as he was caught mounting another man. It seems like Twitterati can't get enough of Conor McGregor. Recently, even though the man was on vacation, someone still managed to capture a photo of him, showing him in a few unflattering poses. Poor Conor, even when he wants to get away from the spotlight, there's always a reporter lurking somewhere trying to catch him red-handed. The former two-time UFC champion seems to make news headlines almost every other day. There's no denying that he's a magnet for the paparazzi. It's pretty funny how he's always getting the UFC free publicity no matter what he does. In this recent scandalous photo, he was caught having some fun with one of his mates. However, the real kicker is the position he was in when the photo was taken. Conor can be seen on top of his friend in a pretty weird manner. God only knows what he could have been talking about. I think it's safe to say Conor won't be enjoying any more cruises anytime soon. Poor guy, all he wanted was a bit of fun. Though the real question is, what was he doing? Now, before all you start spamming the comments, from what I could tell, Conor was just trying to tell his friend something. Granted, it wasn't the best way to do so, especially if you're a celebrity who always has cameramen lurking around the corner. Still though, there isn't anything immediately scandalous about this. However, it is what it is. There's no changing that. A lot of people seem to believe that it was just two friends having fun and that they were just joking around. Considering Conor's sense of humor as of late, I don't think that would be too off the mark. That's even more proof for this side of the story. There's the fact that Conor is married and has 3 kids. The simple fact is that he's a father to 3 kids should cement his sexuality. Still, people want drama. Other MMA fans are less concerned with what he does outside the cage and are far more concerned about when he plans to return to the octagon. And from what we know so far, he'll be coming back sometime this year. Still, try as I might, it's hard to ignore news like this when he likes X-rated videos on Twitter. That's right, folks, you heard me correctly. Conor's profile was recently spotted liking a very unusual video. I think Conor's marketing team needs to get his antics under control fast. The man ended up liking a video of another man masturbating. Now, there's nothing wrong with being part of any sexuality. However, this might be a little too weird for some of us to handle. A lot of fans seem shocked by his actions, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty funny to think about how some dude posted an X-rated video on Twitter, and one of the few notifications he got was from Conor McGregor. I guess that's one way to get some attention. A lot of people wondered whether Conor even knew if his likes were visible to the public. They didn't waste any time pointing it out to him, and I think he didn't know other people would see, and thought it was going to be pretty safe. I guess he still has a lot to learn about the internet. That said, you'll be even more interested to hear what people have to say. Now, a lot of people had mixed opinions on this whole thing. Some people thought that Conor had completely lost it. Others thought that this was some weak attempt at humor. For all we know, he might be trying to send us subliminal messages. Remember, folks, this is Conor McGregor we're talking about. You never know what he'll get up to next. And while a lot of people don't exactly get Conor's humor, a lot of them seem to have no trouble making fun of him. In fact, a bunch of them tweeted how Conor might have thought that was a video of a man fighting himself. The jokes made sense when you remember that Conor is, after all, an MMA fighter. While we're all busy making fun of Conor, it kind of takes away attention from his inevitable debut back into the cage. After his last performance, we honestly don't know what to expect. We can hope that for his sake, he's gotten better, a lot better, although we can't know that for sure, only time will tell. And until that happens, the one question you all probably have on your mind is how his fight prep is going these days. Let's be honest here, the last time he was in the octagon, it didn't go so well. There's no easy way to put this, the man got wrecked. The fact is, he got mauled by Khabib and just hasn't been the same since. And while we can't hope that some glimmer of the old McGregor makes a comeback sometime soon, there's very little chance of that happening. It seems to me like McGregor just doesn't have it in him anymore. The most popular opinion is that he used to have a certain hunger for fighting within him. However, the richer and more successful he got, the less and less inclined to win he got as well. So if you put those two things together, you end up with McGregor as we see him today. Still though, there's a good chance that he might all change. McGregor looks to be in the best shape of his life.
Forget about it. It'll be a distant memory in no time. It's already feeling like a distant memory today. I was in that club hammering the pads in today. You know, sooner or later I'll be back. Soon enough I'll be back sparring. Then I'll be back kicking. You know, grappling and wrestling fully. It's going to be a distant memory.
The man is bigger and better than ever. His return to the octagon is very close, and if he manages to pull out a spectacular win, it might just usher in a new era for the McGregor fanboys out there. And the question is, does he have it in him to win again? That's the real question, isn't it? Can McGregor pull himself together enough to win another title?
I don't know, I'm just curious about it. I'm curious about it. It's never, I mean, it's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think. I don't think about nothing else. If And that's it, I'm just curious. Curiously fascinated with it, and I can't stop thinking about it. Everything I do in my life is related to this. I don't do nothing else if it's not got to do with fighting. You know what I mean? And that is why, you know what I mean? To be truly good at something, all you've got to do is show up.
Is that not unhealthy?
I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape, in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day every day of your life, 9 to 5, in an office or in a... You know, that's unhealthy. That beats your mind. I don't work. I love what I do, and that's why I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? That's why it's become a career for me, because I love it.
He's done it twice already. He shocked the world on multiple occasions. And say what you will about his banter, but he knows how to get a crowd riled up and ready to cheer him on as he goes to war against his opponent. All he needs to do right now is get that part of him back out, bring out the beast within him, and marvel at the art he proceeds to create.
You would not understand the amount of adversity I had to conquer to make it to that octagon that night. World tours I went on, the amount of media obligations, the amount of times I felt like I was a monkey in the zoo, locked in a cage, and they feed me a banana and tell me to dance. So I overcame a lot of adversity and a lot of hard work to get to that octagon. And then you're talking what it was. You're talking of the arena, you're talking of the weigh-ins the day before, the amount of people that came out and traveled. Like I said, post-fight, that stands to me, Gareth. I'd never ever forget that. I'm grateful for every single person that's been supporting me on this journey.
However, if I'm being honest, after seeing his state post-Khabib, it kind of seems like he's lost a lot of his confidence. And that confidence was what made him who he was. Half of his fight game was his mental warfare skills. If he's suddenly without those, then in my mind, he's lost half the battle already. Still, it might be too soon to count him out just yet. What we can do right now is anticipate what this next matchup will turn out to be like.
You know, I'm going to get that world title that has the Irish tricolour. Emblazoned on it, you know what I mean? I'm the reason that tricolour is on that UFC world title. So I'm eager to get my hands on that belt. You know, there's eight flags, there's 8 country flags on the UFC belt to symbolise the first 8 countries that won a UFC world title, with Ireland being one of them.
And until then, I'm sure you guys are wondering, what is my final verdict on this latest controversy? Look guys, it's obvious that Conor was just caught in a compromising position. The man is on holiday. The least we can do is allow him to enjoy this time with his family. We don't need to bombard him with scandals when he's just trying to chill on a boat. And of course, Conor does seem to be doing everything he can to stay relevant these days, considering how he's liked an X-rated video on Twitter. He might just be drawing all this attention to himself on purpose though. However, God only knows what's going on in his head. The best we can do is stay tuned and try to stay on for the ride. And that was Conor McGregor and his weird new scandal. We'll see you in the next video.